Hi everybody, welcome back to the kitchen. I'm here today with another wonderful recipe. It's from my mother-in-law Shirley, and she really does have the best recipes. And this one is called apricot and prune coffee cake. It really truly is my favorite coffee cake. Of all coffee cakes I've ever had, this one absolutely is the best in my opinion. So when I made my pea soup, I don't know if you remember, I was saying I would probably make a gingerbread, and while I was searching for the recipe I came across this one, and again I hadn't made it since the old house, so yeah, I'm here to make it today and I'm going to share it with you guys. So I did a little prep work just to make it easier on your ears. In the bowl I have creamed 2/3 cup of butter, a cup of sugar, 2 eggs, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Make sure you use good vanilla. I normally use Watkins, but today I'm using Clubhouse, which is, you know, almost equally as good. They have a pure vanilla extract, which really is good too. So yeah, make sure you use good vanilla. And then in another bowl I have 2 1/3 cup of flour sifted with 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Again, I'm using the magic kind because like magic, it works. Yeah, and a teaspoon of salt. So have that together, have it kind of sifted just so that you're not getting like a big lump of salt or baking powder or whatever. So we are going to combine this dry mixture along with 3/4 cup of milk into the creamy mixture. I'm using fresh milk. You can use tin milk, just make sure probably use half and half or something like that so it's not so heavy. Yeah, so I'm just going to take my I got a million of these little spoons and they're awesome. I love them all. Yeah, so cream butter. Take a little bit of this flour mixture and put it in. You don't want to overwork it because again, what happens? Your baking powder will deactivate and you won't get your cake to rise up nice and high. So a little bit of flour mixture, a little bit of milk, and yeah, we're just going to continue doing this alternately until we got it all worked in there together. Almost out of bloopers that time with the mixer. I'm using a new, I guess it's like a camera stand or something. I don't know. I'm trying to get things looking regular and proper for you guys on the video. Hopefully it's doing okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna tip it so hopefully you can see that a little bit. Put that in there. A little bit more milk. Seriously guys, like I know like apricot and prune kind of for a lot of people might be a turn off, and I gotta be honest, for me at first I was like, ooh, prune coffee cake, but it actually is so good. It's got like, I don't know, like these little gooey bits in there, and the flavor is amazing, and I honestly can't say enough about it, except that it keeps getting in your mouth. That's the worst part. You're gonna eat it and eat it and eat it until it's gone. But one good thing is you won't have any leftovers. I can assure you that. Yeah, you can kind of see it's a nice batter. And use real butter. Please always use real butter, especially when you're baking cakes. You can try it with margarine, but my recipe's tried and true, and I can't say that it's tried and true if you're using margarine. So now we got that all in the bowl like that. Earlier, before I creamed the butter and stuff, I took a cup of prunes, just regular dried prunes, like from Zalorama, and a cup of dried apricots. And the apricots was great, actually. There was a full cup in the bag. And I chopped them. And then I put them in a pot on the stove with a half a cup of water and over medium, and just kind of like let them simmer down a little bit so it looks kind of like that. Now what I'm going to do now is fold this, and it's important to let it cool. That's why I did it earlier. So do your prunes and apricots first. So you can take that now, and I'm going to put that right into the batter. It smells amazing even. I actually really like prunes, so it keeps you regular, that's for sure. Okay, and we're going to fold. So folding means just basically folding over. You're not going to stir it up. You're not going to whisk it really hard. You're just going to fold in to the mixer. So it's only going to take you like, you know, a couple of turns, because again, baking powder. Okay, so yeah, it just looks like this. Looks really good actually. So now what I'm going to do, earlier I had took a third a cup of butter, a cup of brown sugar, and I melted it down on the stove. So it kind of looks like this. It's kind of like a dark, kind of creamy mixture, I guess. And to this now I'm going to add a tablespoonful of flour, just regular all-purpose flour. Waste not, want not. You know me, my little bits left in the bowl. Put that in there. Mix that around. And I'm also going to add a tablespoonful of cinnamon, just regular cinnamon. I wish the tablespoon would fit down into the bottle. And with all your spices, like if you don't have a knife or something, just level it off with your spoon. I think that's a problem a lot of people have with baking, is that they try and put a little extra of this, a little less of that. Baking is very exact. Like even sometimes I actually weigh my ingredients. So yeah, the tablespoonful of cinnamon is going to go in there. And you can imagine what a nice flavor that's going to give it. So, you should just smell this right now. So now what I have, look, it's just like a thick batter, kind of. Now, I am going to take my greased and floured bun pan. I believe it's a 9-inch. I did it a little earlier. I hope it's still, I hope it still stays good. I had somebody come in between my videos, so I'm just going to lay that down there. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 layers. So I'm going to put a layer of the cake batter down. And you kind of just got to kind of eyeball it. I mean, you can be precise and like, you know, take it out into 3 separate bowls or whatever, but it's not necessary. I kind of like it this way because you don't know when you're going to get like a nice piece of the, I don't know, that saucy stuff that's in there. It's so good, seriously. So I'm going to smooth it out just a bit. Then I'm going to add, so this is going to be in thirds too. So a little bit of that over the top of that. And I'm not actually going to spread this kind of like smooth. I'm just going to kind of, I guess, drizzle it on there a little bit, at least in between the layers. Like that's how I like it. You'll see when I cut the cake, I'll absolutely take some pictures for you guys, just so you can, yeah, just so you can see how that works out. It's quite amazing actually, and very, very, very delicious. So now I'm going with my second layer, And some of the brown sugar butter mixture smooths out as you're layering the cake batter on top. It kind of, you know, spreads out a little bit, which is another reason why I don't like to spread it. Now, I'm almost done with my second layer here. Another little pinch there. I'm just going to show you guys this again. Sorry, I have so much stuff in the way. So that's a layer of cake batter, a layer of the brown sugar. Now another layer of cake batter. I'm going to go in with another layer of the brown sugar. Make sure you leave enough brown sugar for the top layer. I've been dying to eat this all morning. I hope we can wait for it to cook. I'll show you how it does that now. There we go, like that. And now I'm going to put my final layer of batter on top of that. Oh, hubby's going to be some happy today when he comes home. I think he's happy every day. He's a pretty lucky guy, even if I do say so myself. Scraping every little bit, because again, like, you know, you don't want to waste any, and yeah. Okay, now I'm slightly smoothing this one out just so it's even. And last but not least, now I saw another recipe online that actually called for more flour and stuff, but the other thing it had was walnuts on top. I'm sure you can actually go in and do that if you want to. My hubby is not a big nut person, so I'm going to leave it out. Though walnuts are so healthy and beneficial for you, especially your brain. And if you look at them, they actually kind of look like a brain, so get some walnuts in ya. This is my last little bit of the brown sugar mixture. And it goes like this, the stuff on top goes a little tiny bit crispy, but then it's soft too, and it's all the delicious bits. Seriously, I really hope you guys try this recipe. It really is like my favorite. And this one I'm just smoothing just a tiny bit just to make sure it's kind of, you know, even throughout, somewhat. Now, I got messy fingers. Hold on, I got a little tissue. Tissue, I hardly know you. Anyhow, here's my cake before it goes in the oven. What we're going to do now is take that, we're going to put it in, I believe it's 350 for an hour or so. 350, 55 minutes. Cool it 5 minutes in the pan before you attempt to take it out, and that's because, like, as it cools, it's going to release a little bit from the pan, because as you can imagine, the brown sugar butter cinnamon mixture, it gets quite sticky, which I love, but it does love to stick on the pan too, so be careful with that. I'm going to take that now and I'm going to stick it right in my oven, and when it's done I will absolutely include a photo and yeah, the recipe for sure, and please try it. I know you won't be disappointed. Okay, I hope you're having a beautiful day once again, and bye.